Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's overview on America's Most Productive Companies 2011. My name is Dario Priolo, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Profiles International. I'm going to just take 5 minutes of your time to walk you through the study. Highly encourage you to download it and to read it when you have an opportunity, but I'll just give you some highlights here. So, this was actually the third annual study that we've done of America's Most Productive Companies. And at the end of the day, we have a few different objectives that we're trying to achieve through the study. First of all, we're really trying to identify which are the most productive companies in different industries. So, very basically, which companies get the most out of their employees. And then, in addition to identifying those companies, they actually kind of form a benchmark group. And then what we do is additional research to identify the management practices of those organizations. And then what we try to do is we compare the management practices of America's most productive companies to the management practices of their peers that didn't rank as high, and try to see whether or not there are any conceivable differences between the two. So again, it's the third year that we've done this. It's always extremely insightful, and at the end we'll wrap up with some practical suggestions to rise to the standards of America's most productive companies. Okay, so again, this was a very big study. We covered 742 companies. These are publicly traded companies, and what we were able to do was to get their financial information off of some various websites. And it covered 16 million employees and 153 sub-industries. So the way that we actually calculate labor productivity, it's adjusted revenue per full-time equivalent. And adjusted revenue, what we do, we have analysts that go through the financial statements and they try to comb out, we really want operating revenue, so we try to comb out any revenue that is due to other factors such as accounting gains, and then do some simple math to, at the end of the day, come up with a revenue number per full-time equivalent. Okay, and it's most meaningful when you compare like organizations. So we broke these 742 companies down into 153 sub-industries to try to compare apples to apples and form our most productive benchmark group in that manner. Okay, so that's really, at the end of the day, high level how we measure productivity. We have a great website, americasmostproductive.com, and on that website you can get comprehensive rankings, you can get industry rankings, you can try to find your company if it's on there, very comprehensive overview of the methodology, and also answers to frequently asked questions. So again, this is the third year that we've done this. We have the study really locked down now, and it's a great, very insightful. Okay. In addition, on that website, you can find industry reports. We have, I believe, 16 industry reports. And again, it's really interesting when you look at any industry and look at the companies within the industry to see which are the most productive and to see what are the practices that differentiate the most productive. So highly encourage you to visit that website, americasmostproductive.com, and to download the full reports and to gain all of the insight that you can. So within this report, just a snapshot here of some of the most productive companies 2011. So congratulations. They form our standard group. And again, some of the findings here. What we did, we've identified 10 attributes of America's most productive companies. There are 5 people attributes and there are 5 strategic and operational attributes. The people attributes are the ones that are most interesting to us because we're a people organization. Those are performance-driven culture, effective managers, high employee utilization, high employee effectiveness, and encouragement of innovation. So then what we did, once we identified the most productive companies in each sub-industry, we did some follow-up research, asked a number of survey questions that we believe are good indicators of those people-related attributes. And what we do is we then segment the responses between the most productive companies and the non-most productive companies, and you can see a difference here between just how certain the most productive companies responded to those questions relative to the companies that didn't rank as high. And then in addition to that, you can see some actions that we've pulled together to rise to the America's Most Productive Company standard. Okay, so in this report, we cover 10 questions that cover those 5 people attributes. And once again, I highly encourage you to go to the website, americasmostproductive.com, and download the full report. And then we have a nice summary of the findings. So again, just encourage you to go to americasmostproductive.com, download the report, and please contact us if you have any questions or if we can be of any assistance. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.